Hey guys, GhazzyTV here with another Path of Exile video. In this one, we're going to talk about the Uncharted Realm, how to open it, how to get the points, and what the fuck are you going to spec in it. Basically, the Uncharted Realm is the Atlas, tree that you get in the middle. You get 2 points from this from killing Maven. Apparently you do not open it by killing Maven, but instead you will have to do one of these invitations. At the time of this recording, you are unable to see which bosses you have killed to do the invitation. So for example, at the top it says Lair of the Hydra, Minotaur, Phoenix, and Chimera. This means that when you do the the Shaper Guardians, you're going to have to keep track of which ones you actually have killed where Maven has witnessed them. These do not work in Zana missions. They have to be maps that you yourself pop from the map device. Once you've done these, you will then have to do the appropriate invitation. Upon succeeding that, you will then open up the Uncharted Realm and get 2 points for clearing off the Shaper Guardians, 2 points from Maven, 2 points from the Elder Guardians, the 2 points from the Distant Memories, which is the synthesized ones, additional 2 points from the Elemental plus Uldatol Breach Lords, an additional 2 points for the Feared, which is Cortex, Chayula, Breachstone, an Elder, Shaper, and Uber Siri. So these things gives you skill points in this tree, and that's the way you juice them up to get the points. Now the question is, what the hell are you going to spec in it? And that kind of depends on what you want to do. And before I talk about which ones you can do and what the purpose is behind them, the 2 points that you get per encounter is going to be in this situation, whereas the refund points are achieved by dropping Orb of Unmaking. Now, this is very crucial because I'm not selling these for the specific reason that I'm going to be talking about. In my current setup, I am farming Harvest. And Harvest is obviously the crafting mechanic in the game, where I'm farming Zana missions in Lex Proxima, and I'm farming the Zana missions in Hamlet to get my stuff sorted there with Watchstones included for this. The best way to do this is to have Paths Not Taken. That means you go Master the Atlas into Paths Not Taken. This increases the chance to... Areas have 5% chance to grant an additional Zana mission on completion, but also gives me double the amount of map options, which is one of the strategies to get the highest probability of getting a Harvest Craft. We're also using Secrets of the Stone, which increases the effect of Watchstone modifiers, allowing me to further increase the efficiency of, for example, these type of stones that gives me an extra chance of getting a Zana mission, or these stones giving me extra map options. That will scale the Watchstone's modifiers by 25% and very effective. Other than that, I'm also using Close Allies, which is one additional Atlas mission from each master each day, which is whatever, to be honest. But you also get 10% chance to grant an additional mission on completion. So every 10 map I do, I'll get 2 missions rather than 1, allowing me to further emphasize on the pressure that I'm putting on farming Zana specifically in this area. Now that's basically the stones that are the notables that I'm using to farm Zana. That leaves me with 4 points. I can put whatever I want. Since I'm doing this strategy, I'm doing it whilst I'm farming Cirrus, which made this one the best way to do it with, which every 4th map will progress twice towards the encounter of a Conqueror, allowing me to quicker go through the Conquerors and then into Cirrus. And then I took the Neural Pathways, which gives the map bosses a chance to drop a Synthesis map, which I was very happy with. So that's one of the strategies you can do. There are multiple strategies. I'm just going to outline the ones that I think is good and the ones I think is bad. I think that the 2 worst nodes on this one is actually Echoes of War. This means Zana missions and areas have 30 additional packs of Shaper and Elder monsters. I think this is completely useless. I think that the Enduring Influence with the Sextant modifiers have additional use is completely useless. The main reason for this is because most people that are farming the super juiced endgame map strategies, they are using a modifier on the map that doesn't make the map consume Sextant usages, making this node completely relevant. Other modifiers that people can go for is, for example, the Thaumaturgical Awakening. This increases the chance for Awakener or Seers to drop an Awaken gem, which is very good for the sake of dropping that, obviously. It still doesn't guarantee one, but it increases the chance. The +1 to Awakening level is better than you think, because in this case, if you look at here, Awakening level increases the chance for additional connected maps to drops, Shaper Guardian map drops to drops, Elder Guardians to drops, chance for additional base item types to drop some unique map bosses, and all of these things goes increased with the Awakening level. It also increases the baseline chance of higher loot from Awakener, as well as the chance to drop Awaken gems from higher level Awakeners. Having Awakener level 9 is therefore better. So if your goal with the game is to farm Cirrus, then going for these nodes is definitely worth bothering. Another approach is Remnants of the Past. This makes the unique bosses in maps have a higher chance of dropping Elder and Shaper maps. You can also make the Elder and Shaper Guardians healed during the times you're fighting them, and make them also drop another fragment and their corresponding unique. This is a very effective way if you want to farm Shaper, which means you can gain access to an Elder to gain access to Elder and Shaper fights, as well as an Uber Elder. So if that's what you want to do, then going into Guardians 8 is very effective, because you're then able to fight 2 of the Guardians every time you encounter them to be able to get double the fragments, which gives you twice the efficiency of getting access to the actual Elder and Shaper fights, which gives you faster access to Uber Elder, of course. The other portion here is that the Elder has an additional chance to drop a Watcher side, which can be very good profit, and also that Shaper drops 3 additional Shaper items, which is kind of whatever. But this is a very effective way. So if you're farming Elder and Shaper into Uber Elder, these are the nodes you want to go for in general. And whichever you want to do outside of that is up to you, because these are only 3 encounters. And as you know, there are 5 encounters plus Maven. So there's 6, you get 12 points in that you can spec in here. For juicing up maps in general, it's better to just have the Secrets of the Stone for increased effective watchstones, and then whatever you want outside of that doesn't matter. Something that I'm a big fan of is actually the synthesized approach. Neural Pathways gives a chance to drop synthesized map. This means Cortex, the distant memories. If you hover over here, you can see that my next approach would be to run the Elder Guardian, and I'm one of the distant memories away from the synthesized boss. In here, you can go up on the top side, which means that monsters in the Monsters in synthesized... Let's try that one more time. Synthesized maps have 1% chance to drop synthesized items. Jesus, that was hard to say. 100% increase effect of additional modifiers on a unique synthesized map makes them pretty hard, but they have a 1% chance to drop synthesized items, which means fractured items, synthesized implicit items and whatnot, which can be very profitable if you're lucky, but 1% is not that big. But, you know, if you decide to farm up a bunch of these maps and then respec your Uncharted Realm with the unmaking orbs, then to set up a session where you're just farming the maps that you have. For example, in my case,
and not before.
I have been saving my distant memories. I only have 1 right now. So my plan is to save a bunch of these maps or purchase them if I want to, and then I will respec my tree to be fully sorted for synthesized farming, and then do all of them before respecing back to whatever I want to do. So that's how I'm going to use the unmaking orbs. The other portion is synthetic source. The unique process of synthesis maps drops a well-rolled fractured item. Now, this is a very, very good way to get super endgame items that are super endgame or super profitable endgame items through this system, because these items can be very good, but they can also be very bad. So it's just an RNG feature, right? However, synthesized unique items dropped in areas have 3 synthesized implicit modifiers. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen all over Reddit the different rings and whatnot that has plus maximum power charge and whatnot. If you get one of those items from the synthesized encounters, and the explicit modifiers, the mods that are below the implicit, that is, are the best ones you want. For example, Herald of Ash, what's the fire damage one, and the basically the double damage versions of these different type of modifiers that you get from these rings. The implicits are the one that can skyrocket that from being, hey, this is a high valued item, to, oh my god, this is worth a mirror. That's why having 3 synthesized implicit modifiers on these are extremely good, because it's enough that you hit 1 or 2 good modifiers on that to make an item like that skyrocket in value, especially if you get something like plus maximum power charges or damage per power charge. That's something that's very popular among most of these items. So this is a very effective way to farm those. So how do you really do the Uncharted Realm then? So my strategy is to put up a generic farm strategy, what you want to do. For my case, I'm farming Zana, Meixsell, Index, Proxima, and I'm doing them in Hamlet. For this, I want to increase the efficiency of the watchstones. I want to make sure I get more Atlas missions, and I want to do this to increase the chance of me getting Harvest. And then I have 2 more points, and just shove them into an Adept Tracker to faster go through Conquerors, so I kill a couple of series at the same time. So that's the way I'm planning to do it. Now, if I at any time have a bunch of synthesized maps or decide to purchase them, then I will use my Orb of the Unmaking, or Orb of Unmaking, these ones. And I will unspec these things, and I will smack these 2 synthesized monsters in, or nodes in, and then I'll run all of them to then respec back to what I want to do. So that's basically how you can design the way to play the game when it comes to the Uncharted Realm. And it's the same thing that goes with all the other watchstones. There is a couple of ways that are kind of meta. For example, farming Harbingers in Volus Rest is very good right now. It's very straightforward, very profitable, and people decide to do these things based on their own personal preference, and that's the key feature. Even if something is meta and very profitable, make sure that you do what you think is fun. For me, for example, I'm doing the zana strategy, and I've just started sorting the watchstones in here to start doing the less common varieties to farm Einar. So I'm going to pop all my Einar missions and do that in Lear Arthane with this similar strategy when it comes to the watchstones, because neither of these really affects what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to farm this, and whenever I get bored of that, then I can farm Sana missions here, and then I can do harvest in here, and that's the way I'm playing the game right now, which I might adapt and change further down the road in the league. But again, this is how you can approach the Uncharted Realm, and that's my personal takes on it. Hope you got something useful out of this video. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe for more content. Until next time, stay safe, and keep rocking.